What happens if I see something hanging out of her rear end? Should I call you?
It just means put her in the bathroom.
If I see like a little kitten's arm hanging out, what should I do?
That's not gonna happen.
If she runs into the house, I'm gonna let her run into your bathroom or into your bed or something.
Okay, sure.
She can have the kittens under your bed. What do you think?
I don't think Bam Bam would like that.
Well, he might have to put up with it. Be careful, Steph.
Oh, have a good day, Daddy.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Coming to you from inside. Got a chance to use my LED lights, my cheap LED lights. You know, I was looking at Walmart Sunday. They have pretty much these same lights, except they change colors for like $2 more than what I paid on Amazon. I don't know if the stands and the overall quality would be worse than what I got, because these seem to work. I've handled them quite a bit. Nothing's broken on them yet. So, Goo, you gonna settle down? Huh? You gonna be nice to the people? He's gonna be nice, he got down. I'm on the G7X Mark II. I had the other camcorder. I was gonna use like the newer camcorder, and I had the older camcorder sitting on my desk here. And I try to keep one handy, you know, in case I see the cats doing something, and I can you know, turn it on real quick and try to catch it. You know, in case we see a floating fire orb, lightning outside, I can run out, catch it real quick. You know, phones, I'm not that confident with my phone to where I can get that on and get it recording and get it focused and all that. This should be focused on my face. I really like for this camera to work. It's 1080p. The newer version, G7X Mark III, basically identical to this, except it has 4K. And I do believe that these have a limit of like 20 or 30 minutes at a time. So you have to start, after 20 or 30 minutes, you got to start another episode or something. The other two cats are tearing it up. Bongo and maybe Neo or Bam Bam. So if you hear a bunch of stuff going on, that's what it is. Well, yesterday I mentioned that I hadn't been bitten by one of those ants. Well, guess what? I got it like right in the middle of the crease of this middle finger on the left hand. Must have been when I was brushing one of them off. And I think it was worse than a wasp bite, because this thing hurt and ached for, must have been 2 hours. And I put peroxide on it, felt like I needed to slice it open to get some peroxide in there. It hurt for quite a while, those little ants. So next time I go out there, I'm going to take some bug spray. And I hope you don't get tired of me talking. There's lots of things I could talk about. You know, keep a camera handy. Nice if you have a dedicated camera, video camera, camcorder that's specifically designed to record video. G7X that I'm on now. Back when I bought it, I didn't think it was just a replacement for my big camera. I wanted something small that I could put in my pocket, that I could still shoot in RAW format and still have some adjustable settings for exposure and all that. So it fit the bill. It was almost identical to the big camera I had, except it was small. And of course this doesn't have an interchangeable lens. That's the reason I bought it, and now it's one of the most sought after vlogging cameras. the G7X Mark II. Still, I think $650 or something like that, $600. So it's not the best focus. Sometimes it seems like it wants to hunt in and out, but it does have that nice background blur. They call it a bokeh, B-O-K-E-H. That's where everything up here is focused and everything back there is out of focus. That supposedly is something very desirable. Of course, except when we're outside, I want people to see the squirrel running up the tree next to me. So the ants weren't nice to me yesterday, or the stinging wasp ant wasn't nice to me. It rained this morning. I went out there a little while ago. There were no bugs, but the chair was wet. I mean, dripping wet. And I just didn't, and it's still gray out. It's not sunny today. So I didn't feel like getting a towel, soaking a towel and getting my butt wet sitting out there. And that's what brings us inside today. You know, about 3 o'clock this morning, I was doing chores at the kitchen sink, and a lightning bolt, it had started raining. A lightning bolt struck like 1 or 2 houses away. It sounded like it was right overhead. Lights didn't flash, so I knew it wasn't my house. And I believe it was a house or two behind me, because the flash went out. It didn't come in the window, but it was like flash boom, and it was super loud. I believe it woke Stephanie up. Got the cats all excited. That's her cat Bam Bam chasing Goo Goo. So it's been going on here. It started about 3 a.m. and I went to the Watson Clinic at 7:50 for blood work. And would you know that it started coming down dogs and dogs. I don't want to say C-A-T-S with them here. Let's say it came down dogs and dogs. And the lightning was everywhere. And I had to get out of my car with my umbrella. I keep my umbrella behind the seat. That's Neo. Neo's a crybaby. Neo. Neo, baby. Hey, Neo. Come here. See if you want to see Neo. I can see this camera. You can see this display and the time and all that very well. Outdoors, I bet you the display would be washed out like the camcorders. So if you notice a difference, I got the lights up, the vlogging camera that everybody uses. I see I should have wiped my face down. Looks like it's kind of greasy. So sometimes it can have too much detail. Neo! 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 So I've got my, when I take the B12 in the morning, sometimes I don't feel so great. So about mid-morning, I take the B12, 1,000 milligrams, actually two gummies, and an energy drink. And after the B12 and the energy drink, I almost feel like I'm normal again, like a year ago. Still don't feel good enough to get out on the bike, and I hope as time goes on I continue to feel better. But it seems like it's slow. It's been very slow from whatever it was that got me back in November, or whatever happened. That's all that's going on here. I had something printed out. Actually, I'm standing, the computer is behind the camera, and I can bring up my Word file. The video from 2006, it picks up where the one yesterday left off at Nana's house. It's only like 2 minutes long. I feel like I'm boring everybody with these long videos of the kids, of you kids. For me, it's not long, and for me, it's not boring, but I don't want to bore other people. Yeah, the video's at Nana's, and if you see this stool, this wooden stool in one couple of frames, looks like it was painted white and gold. You know, that's a stool from the earliest days I can remember. When I was 6 or 7 years old, that stool's been in our house down in Miami. And there it was at Nana's. You know, I didn't remember that it was there. So that stool must have been 50 years old. And I wonder what happened to it. Probably ended up in a dumpster. But the stool, I wanted to point that out to you because that's something I even grew up with. And there it was in Nana's house with you girls there. And what matters the most isn't that we have something planned when we go over there to visit Nana or Pop-Pop. The thing that you need to get around to understanding is that older people just need somebody, some company. You know, Mother Teresa was taken to a nursing home in New York or somewhere, and all the rooms were clean. They all had TVs. Beds were made. Everybody looked well kept. And Mother Teresa made the comment, they look like they're well taken care of. But she noticed that the older people kept looking at the door. So she asked one of the other nuns that visited there all the time, why did the people keep looking toward the door when they have everything? And she said it was because nobody visits them. Their family is just too busy. Even though we have all these things, they still look forward to having some sort of personal contact. It's important, and you went with me when we could, spent quite a bit over there. And so when somebody wasn't over there, we weren't going to church or playing in the yard, we would be over there. And I don't know, I've got some videos of when you weren't there. It's that after church and visiting Pop-Up in the morning, just before lunchtime, I would go over there with my laptop, and I'd put a router out on the front porch of that trailer across the street. So I had, it was an old one, I put it outside and connected it inside so that I had an outdoor wireless connection. So from sitting in Nana's couch there, I could sit on my laptop and spend lots of time there. And took the camera sometimes I didn't, but I always enjoyed spending time with Nana and Pop-Pop. I'm just sorry that even though I would spend an hour or more with Pop-Pop, it's still, 99% of the time he was alone. Thank you for going with me to Nana's and the nursing home. And maybe as time goes on, you can get in the habit of doing that, doing some community service work. Or for some reason you go into a nursing home to visit somebody, just remember other people may appreciate you saying, hey, how you doing? And just talking to them. I know we talked to quite a few people other than Pop-Pop in there. Daniel, I think it was Mary, the lady next door, and a couple other people. And I can't remember the name of the guy across from him that we got the Mickey Mouse hat for. Do you guys remember that man? He was like 60 years old and he was just so nice. But him and my dad used to hang out. They used to eat in the dining area together whenever I would go there for lunch. Yeah, him and Pop-Pop would be in the dining area eating their meal. And then at some point he migrated to just getting his meals inside the room where it was easier. That's about all I've got today. Stay away from the bugs. I was going to mention, I'm looking at my Word file that's behind the camera, and I remember going to the nursing home when I was in grade school. It's a Catholic grade school, and one Christmas season the nuns had us go into a nursing home, and we put on a show in the main room singing. And then afterwards we would go to separate rooms and make visits. And what I remember the most about that, and it's imprinted in my mind PTSD wise from back when I was maybe in the 4th or 5th grade, is the smell of urine in there. First time ever in a nursing home, and it reeked of urine. But that's just something I remember. So whenever I go into these nursing homes, I'm super hypersensitive to that smell. You know how they say, or I know you'll agree with me, how sometimes certain smell brings back amazing memories, or a certain song, you'll hear a certain song and remember being happy or sad listening to it. Isn't it interesting? Smells especially sometimes can do that. Like going to the Home Depot and smelling the wood, right? That'd bring back some memories. And I think Angela mentioned something about that to me a while back. The smell of the wood at the Home Depot. See, I've been going 15 minutes. It's not a whole lot I can cut out of this one, so I may put this whole thing in the video. The video of the kids, of you guys, is only like 2 minutes long. We'll get to that. When I come back, we'll say a quick prayer.
Daddy, you're just gonna have the same thing I had, but she's gonna add French fries to it.
No, Cuda. What are you doing? Cuda booty.
I'm getting full.
You eating more stuff?
Yeah. That's the sign that my tank is full. What?
She climbed
little babies
out in
that
LA with dozens of other people, then they chain themselves to it.
Nana.
As he come down, traffic deputies evicting squatters from the urban
Why'd they
garden.
chain themselves
For a
up the
decade
tree?
now, hundreds of people have planted flowers and grown produce on this 14-acre piece of land, but it is private property. Now the owner wants to build a warehouse. Deputies ended up using a cherry picker to cut the branches, and they brought Hannah and the others down.
What happened?
Well, hurricane season off to kind of a side. He
Chained
strikes
themselves to the
especially in
tree.
Citrus County.
No one.
No one.
Oh.
When I put my dresses on to wash, I'll put the towels on.
Tried to get
You
a
go.
signal.
Oh. You go. Oh.
What signal are you trying to get?
Right there.
Sometimes it says if you push up or down.
Wait.
It comes back momentarily.
No, you're go.
Oh, because I just went. Go.
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 What number did you get?
Oh, wait. Okay, no.
You didn't take a one. I wanted a one.
What did he want to warn you?
I am?
No, look, you got a one.
Alright, everybody have some money?
Three.
Patience.
And it really pays off to stay friends.
Five.
Well, Phil, I'm glad the dogs were happy in
Is
that
it
room
Angel's
situation, but,
Yes.
you know, they say breaking up is hard to do because it is, but it's necessary sometimes, don't you think?
It is. I mean,
They
listen,
get a new
big
dog.
cities like San Francisco, New York, Los
hold
Angeles,
on.
and many other small cities these days, it's quite expensive to actually find rent or pay for a mortgage. So a lot of these people are saying, listen, we've already pooled our resources together, and the love is gone, but the bank account is still there, so we gotta make it work.
Okay,
Whoever
Mark.
gets the most.
Stand by, ready, back in the box. Our main reason for using BioOrder was the savings. The service BioOrder provided was a pleasant surprise.
We even got calls from Canada and the Bahamas. It went from offer to close in 2 weeks.
We saved over $12,000.
Thanks, BioOrder. Thanks, BioOrder.
Bye.
No matter where you buy your gas,
This angel
it
did
can be a
not do
painful
that.
experience or a delightfully rare occurrence. It's all in the choice of car you drive. Honda, the most fuel-efficient auto company in America.
This angel's sleeping.
Now you can lease an Accord for $239 a month with a total drive of
messing everything
$19.99 for well-qualified customers.
Right, we're back. This did have a time limit on it. I think at 15 minutes it stopped and reset. So I had to press the play again. I could see where that would be a pain in the neck. It would be different if it was like the GoPro. The GoPro records in like 8 or 9 minute segments, but it switches to the next segment. That way, if you're in a crash, the most you'll ever lose in your camera is that section of that 8 minute before the crash. And then everything before that will be preserved. That's why I believe they do that. Hope you have a good day, a good Monday. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow, maybe outside. Eternal Father, in whom mercy is endless, your treasury of compassion inexhaustible, look kindly upon us and increase your mercy in us, that in difficult moments we might not despair nor become despondent, but with great confidence submit ourselves to your holy will, which is love and mercy itself. Grant, O Lord, we might be reasonably happy in this life, in this world, and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. I love you. I always enjoy these talks, even if I don't have much to say or anything planned. For some reason, it makes me happy to be able to do this. For reasons, I guess, at some point, 10 years from now, we'll understand, right? Or you'll understand. I love you. I'll see you, good Lord willing, tomorrow on Tuesday.